Hello and welcome to Famicast 165, your first Famicast of the decade, January 2020. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm here with James Charlton.
Happy New Year! Or Happy New Year, depending on wherever you're from.
Yes, and as Michael Scott would say, my son returns.
Right.
And speaking of my son returning, we also have Ty Shugart.
It's me, your anime son.
There it is. Ty, ever since that one episode that you were changing between an anime girl and a hamburger, I don't know, man. I've really been having some withdrawals for that. So maybe someday in the future we can.
Maybe I'll bring it back later this episode. We'll see.
Excellent.
I probably shouldn't switch my camera around.
Okay.
Mid-episode, but yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Also, audio listeners might not know, but Ty is in full HD widescreen for the first time ever. So this is New Year, new Ty.
Yeah, amazing. I think I have the best camera now. Quite an upgrade from the worst. We'll see. Let me get another look at Danny. Oh yeah, I definitely have the best camera.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be a YouTube superstar.
Excellent.
What did you do with your Yahoo Messenger webcam?
It's right here on my desk.
Okay, cool. You probably ought to get a couple of dollars for that.
Yeah.
Put it on eBay.
Branded, made in China.
There you
go. All right. Well, just as a bit of a preview for you, those of you out there that are ripping and raring to go for Famicast 2020, I got another exciting episode for you guys today. Of course, we're going to go through new business. We got a little bit of news. We actually have some more Fammies to give out.
What?
Pre-fam or post-Fammies, but yeah, so we're going to be getting into that.
And don't worry about it. There's going to be another garbage bag of goodness. Forget about that. Yeah, it's coming back. It's not going away. People love it.
Just a PSA for audio listeners. We're actually recording this before the Smash Direct, so please understand. Maybe we'll just
deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We get to place our embarrassing bets with no take backs.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a couple of episodes like wham bam, one after the other, right? Because we're recording this in the middle of January because we had our winter break, so we're recording a little bit later. So we'll record one soon after the direct. So you'll get our embarrassing predictions and our commentary after the fact too.
Yep. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and get right into it. And Ty, would you mind kicking off new business today?
Oh Jesus. Yeah, let's see. We were in a little Twitter conversation and James brought up like, "Hey Ty, did you try the ActRaiser knockoff?" And I'm like, "The what? I forgot about it."
Right. I've already forgotten the name of it, and I reminded you, and I've already forgotten.
It's Soul Seraph.
Soul Seraph. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, it came up in some people's Game of the Year discussion, but then didn't win anything.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you were always talking about ActRaiser, and when we
because that game is brilliant. I love it, and like that formula has not been explored enough. Where you play a 2D action game and then you build a town, and you just go back and forth between those. So like right after that conversation, I marched over here to my Xbox One and I bought it.
Nice. It wasn't on Game Pass.
No, I paid full price for this game, a whole 15 bones.
Whoa, that's crazy talk.
Yeah. And
I could hook you up with 55 games for that price, mate. More on that later.
So I guess I played like through the first world. It certainly takes a bit longer than ActRaiser. It's not exactly the same formula. So you play a 2D stage, you it's like ActRaiser or Castlevania or something. You jump, you slash, you have some limited arrows, and you just go through this 2D level. You cut up a bunch of fucking goblins, whatever. It's cool. And it definitely has like the same theme as ActRaiser. Like you're like a long forgotten god coming back to help these people out.
Nice.
Yeah, and you get to kill a bunch of asshole gods, which is fun. So,
Danny's Danny's putting some screenshots on for the video viewers here. It looks pretty nice.
That? Yeah. The game actually does not look that good because the frame rate is like 15 frames a second.
Oh shit!
Hey, I could have just put the video version in. It would have been exactly the same.
Yeah, it really feels like in graphics terms like amateur hour.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, like student product / indie game choppiness. I mean, but that's not usually something I hold against a game, right? I play games that look like ass, and I have a good time.
Right.
So, the 2D levels. Okay, so you play an initial 2D level, and there's a boss at the end, and it's like, oh, okay, not too hard, good introductory level. And then you go to the town building. Now, this is different from ActRaiser because it's actually just fucking tower defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So ActRaiser was more like a SimCity or something like that, right? Or like a civilization. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You in ActRaiser, you just point your people in a direction and they build. And there's like a few monsters, but it's relatively stress-free. You can just kind of kick back, relax. You level up. That's how you level up in that game. You build your population.
Okay.
It's cool. And it's fun. It's a good break between the action levels. Now in this, like, it just gets more stressful. It's just like nonstop tower defense. You're supposed to build your town like up the path towards like the next level. So there's like an end boss level. Just like in ActRaiser, there's like 2 action levels in each territory. You play the first one to like unlock the territory, and then the second one to win. Now this actually has like some very small in-between levels. It almost reminded me of like Zelda 2 on the NES. When you get a random encounter, you play like a very small level. And it kind of has those. It's like almost like checkpoints along the way. You kind of build up this path. You go along this path. You have to build your structures, like your defense structures, your houses, your farms, and these temples that expand your reach, basically. And it doesn't stop. It's just constant tower defense. You're always on the clock. So I found it kind of stressful.
Yikes. All right. So it's like the guys. This is done by an indie studio, by people who obviously liked ActRaiser, but then they haven't quite grasped what was fun about ActRaiser, or they just wanted to change it up to make it different, or what?
I think they wanted to change it up. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, but like it hasn't like super grabbed me. It's not going to be the same game as ActRaiser, that's for sure.
Right. Okay.
And I mean, sometimes I really like a game that's constantly stressful. I mean, how I played Necrodancer. So I'll probably keep playing it. I'll let you know how it goes.
And the frame rate's not getting any better between the other kind of stages. It's all the same kind of frame rate, no matter what's happening on screen.
Yeah.
It's God.
It's pretty choppy, but I do actually like the way the action stages control. Like, so your guy, he's got a sword, and it's like you can do like a 3-attack chain, and you have a backdash, and you can backdash out of your attack. So it feels smooth when you do that. It's nice. You can just cancel anytime.
It kind of reminds me of Pit from the 3DS Kid Icarus game, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it feels more like a Castlevania character almost.
Okay.
Yeah, but the original ActRaiser, you didn't have much for movement or attack options. You basically just had move, jump, and like jump slash, standing slash, and crouching slash. Yeah, and this you've got those. You have the 3/ chain, and if you hold your slash button, he'll do kind of like an uppercut with it. It's like a good anti-air kind of thing, but you have to charge it up. so you have to kind of plan a little bit. It's nice. I like it.
It's a good question to pose to the audience. Is like if there's a dead game series that there hasn't been a game in like 2 decades, and then a sequel was announced, would you want them to just make a direct sequel to the classic one, or would you like them to try something a little bit different? I know like loads of people want a sequel to Star Tropics, for example, but you play that these days and it's not the best. People have a lot of nostalgia for it, but you might want to improve on some parts of that game, right? You don't just want to be hopping around to find hidden tiles. That's not fun in 2020.
Right, and if you change the formula too much, it becomes a different game. And if the series takes off, they're never going to return to the original formula. So that's kind of a thing. That's why fans always get so disappointed when they radically change the style of a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting question from the chat here. Adam Conforti, who actually owns the rights to ActRaiser right now? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I want to say it's me actually.
Oh,
I want to say it's Square Enix.
Okay.
Unless it's accidentally gone to like some individual person.
Okay, wow. James.
Nice. You're looking at him right now.
Yeah.
I got it in a box behind me, but I just didn't want to tell him. Lost the key.
I mean, that's been a thing that's happened in Japan before. I mean, they did do a sequel to ActRaiser like a few years after it came out, and that sequel never really took off.
Probably was that only platforming?
I think so, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, because the only reason I know that is that people just complained. It's like the one good thing about ActRaiser, and they took it out. So I just assumed that was that part.
Well, there's a lot of good things about ActRaiser, but if you remove one of them, it's not the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the other option is, of course, just making it beautiful looking and just keeping it the same, like the Link's Awakening Switch game. That's one way to do things. I mean, you could do that with Star Tropics, but I don't know. Some people were suggesting that on Twitter. That's why it's on my mind at the moment. Would you want a HD Star Tropics in full HD glory? Personally,
yeah, but you have to buy the physical version, so you have the little paper bullshit with the code on it or whatever.
That's right. Scratch and sniff.
Right.
No,
okay, so that's Soul Seraph. My verdict so far is okay? Question mark. I feel like I got to play more worlds, but like it's not quite hitting me with that instant gratification that I crave.
5 out of 10. Got it.
All right. Now, okay. Next game is another game that definitely hit me immediately with instant gratification, and it's Demon's Tilt. It's a pinball game, and it seems like one of those bargain Switch games. I want to see if James pulls it out of his trash bag.
Hey,
but, it was fun as fuck. It definitely. It has that they were going for like a Sega Genesis aesthetic.
Wait, is this a HD remaster of an old game, or you're just playing the original game?
Yeah, it's a new game.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking of something else then. I thought there was an old pinball game called that.
Really? I'm gonna Google to make sure. But
Demon's Tilt, the sequel to Demon's
James, there was like a demon, some kind. Maybe it's like alien thing, like a TurboGrafx 16 thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Demon's Souls.
No, there's no old Demon's Tilt game. This is a new game. It's original. It's got a Sega Genesis / satanic demon vibe. It has really cool music. I love it.
Cool.
It's got such an extremely video game aesthetic.
Is the music also Mega Drive sounding? Like just sounds like farts? Nice.
It's really good actually.
Cool.
So I like this game. I played it a little bit. It was on Game Pass, but I'm sure it's going to be cheap on every platform, and it's on every platform.
Wow. Demon's Tilt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Roll that bean footage.
Oh, these screenshots.
Screenshot. Wow. Yeah.
This is a screenshot of it. Hold space to plunge. That's what she said.
I mean, look how colorful this game is, and seeing it in motion and hearing it is also really good. Yeah. Okay. And so these machines that you play on these boards, they're really tall. Like the one you're seeing, I think this is a side room maybe. So if you go back to the other screenshot, that's like, this is like the top third of the table.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, do you remember pinball on NES?
Yeah.
You remember how that game, it had like a top, like it had like two floors, sort of speak. It had like a top part and a bottom part of the board, and it also had side rooms.
Yeah, like Kirby's the Kirby one kind of did the same type of thing too.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. It's fun, and it's fun to be really objective oriented in pinball, I think. Yeah.
Cool. I like the muted colors. That's very Mega Drive, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's got like a lot of the you know, like the grays and blues and purples that you would see. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that really rubs me the right way.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, if you're listening to the audio version, I mean, obviously you can't see this, but I mean, you know, looking at the screens, you can see, yeah, like he said, the colors are really great, and all these like crazy looking monster things that are on the screen and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's somewhere between NES and SNES. If you've never seen a Mega Drive game before,
right?
Yeah, and the Mega Drive, it has like this really unique sound processor. So, and the music that Mega Drive games have, it like the composers that were really good with it, they did some amazing stuff. It's not like NES chip tune, but it's not as fancy as Super Nintendo. It has like this own unique flavor to it, and there are some games that are just amazing with it.
Ty, try and guess which Mega Drive game this is. I can actually hum you the theme song from it.
Let's go.
Sonic Spinball.
Sonic Spinball.
It was it was Moonraker. Moonwalker, sorry. Moonraker's a James Bond movie. Moonwalker is a Michael Jackson movie. Classic, I love that. Love that soundtrack. Always makes me want to go to the toilet.
You too, huh?
I've actually never played Moonwalker.
Oh man, that's one of the 3 Mega Drive games I actually like.
I really like the Sonic Spinball music, except for the title song, which is like the worst thing in the world.
I don't remember the title song, but I remember my uncle had a Genesis like back in the day.
Yeah.
And I if I wanted to play Genesis, that's the only place I could do it. And I remember he had Sonic Spinball, and that was always fun. The music was, and the sound effects were always kind of weird, like literally like farts when you're like taking out things, you know.
Yeah, sound effects weren't super great, but man, the music was good. Yeah.
Ty, I saw that you had been playing some Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, I got the remake.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I kind of want to hear about that.
Oh, okay. It's fun.
Do you play the original on what? Oh, you haven't.
Oh, no, I played the original Resident Evil 2 many times, primarily on Nintendo 64.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Cool.
Yeah. Man, it's really fucking good on Nintendo 64, by the way.
I literally just bought the Nintendo 64 version here just the other day, and it came. I have it here. It's on my shelf.
And like, it feels so much better than the PlayStation version. So there's no fucking load times. All the polygons are like perspective corrected, so that they don't like kind of bobble little jello effect all the time. It looks rock solid.
What I loved about when I got Resident Evil 2 on N64 is that the cartridge felt physically heavier than any other game in my collection. It was like, holy shit, this is like half a kilogram here.
Yeah, I mean, between like that and like Conker's Bad Fur Day, and there's one other game that was the same, like the same size, like that 512 megabit cart, 64 megabytes. Yeah,
that game was 2 fucking CDs on PlayStation.
Yeah, and that's some magic what they did with that, putting all of that into that cart.
With the FMV scenes somehow compressed into like a postage stamp size.
Right?
I wonder which one had which console had better FMV, the N64 or the Mega CD. Probably close. Probably around about the same.
Yeah. So remakes.
The remake looks amazing.
Yeah, it's a very pretty game. I kind of miss the original voice actors, but I'm having a good time. Like the police station, it feels very similar. It's not like exactly the same, like because I've been through the Raccoon City police station and like over hundreds of hours across 3 different games. Like I know it inside out.
Right.
And so they changed some things, and I'm like, it feels okay. Like it's a lot prettier, but like I noticed little things like this room's exactly the same. This one's a bit different, and like they added some stuff here, and I'm like, oh, okay.
But that's what you want, though, isn't it? You want to be surprised a little bit, even if you know the game inside out.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you played the Resident Evil 1 remake. There were like a couple parts where I think the game would like fuck with you on purpose because the PlayStation version has the infamous like dog through the window part.
Yeah.
It scares the shit out of you. And like when you do that on the remake, like nothing happens like the first time, and you're looking for it, and like the game waits until you like relax, and then it sends the dog through the window.
Yeah, I remember that exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So. There's stuff like that. Now, there's something.
Did you see Matt Walker? Matt Walker is a zombie, like hanging from a roof light, like a roof tile. He's like hanging upside down. Yeah.
Oh, I think I did see him. Was he hanging upside down? You said?
Yeah, upside down. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get a good look at his face, but if that's him, I'm gonna give it another look if I get a chance. That's cool as fuck. I have been noticing some amazing tiny details. I've noticed one thing. I think it's a reference, and I don't think anybody else on the entire fucking internet has noticed this. So, okay, well, first of all, there's one thing a few people noticed is when you look at all the officers' desks, so
they're all
where to start here? Yeah, so this room actually that I'm seeing, is it this room? No, this is the east room, isn't it? It's not the west office. So if you go to the west office, there's a little puzzle. Like Leon's first rookie assignment is to figure out how to unlock his fucking desk, but because the cops have set up a puzzle for him. So you have to look at all the cops' names on the desk and use their initials. And one of them is one of the side characters in Resident Evil Outbreak. And I'm like, wow, it's great that they acknowledge this character exists.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's his name? Steven Sandwich.
It's Rita, the super cute cop girl that's in Outbreak File 2. And I'm like, wow, it's great. She's in there. And then I start thinking, like, okay, are they going to put in any more Outbreak references? And I start looking in like the little corners of the game for obscure canon. And I think I found some.
But by the way, the Steven Sandwich thing, I didn't pull that out my ass. That's in the Resident Evil 3 remake. That that multiplayer mode that they're going to add to it.
Oh yeah,
the Nemesis mode. There's a character there called Sandwich. Is his family name?
Nice.
it's like ridiculous.
That's cool. I'll check that out. So
we now have 2 games, or possibly 3 games with Famicast alumni. We've got Skullgirls and Indivisible. What's it called? Indivisible?
Yeah, Indivisible.
With Cyrus, and then we've got Resident Evil 2 remake with Matt. So it's only us three that have to get our faces in the game. Come on,
right?
We can do it.
I actually have. I mean, I have a Game Boy camera. I have Mario Artist on 64DD. I can put my face in a game. So
there we go.
Right.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Maybe next crowdfund, I'll get my face in there. I should have gone all in on Shovel Knight and got the portrait when I had the chance.
Should have.
Adam Conforti in the chat says the N64 version of Resident Evil 2 was made by Angel Studios, who became Rockstar San Diego, who made Red Dead Redemption.
I don't think that's true. I thought it was like Factor 5.
Shots fired.
Right? Wasn't Factor 5 the group that ported it? That's not like a different name for the same developers, is it?
Angel Studios. I know. I'm assuming Adam's done the research before pasting it into the chat.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'm misremembering here, but I thought it was Factor 5 that did all the compression labor on this.
I'm pretty sure that Factor 5 did some kind of work.
They probably did the video compression, man. They probably did the video and audio compression because they're masters of that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they at least did like all of the video and the textures and stuff, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if they did the game. That was probably Angel Studios, but yeah.
Okay.
The FMV and audio.
Yeah. Maybe they tag teamed it.
It was a group effort, Ty. That was a lot of work to put that fucking game on the N64.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Actually, I just went over and grabbed my copy of the game, and I have the Japanese version box and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was explaining to my wife, I was like, you see the character models are on the front of the package, or like, like they are on the FMVs, but like you look on the back of the box and you could see kind of a little bit more pixelated type of stuff.
The 50 polygons, yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, can you see any studio logos on there?
Just Capcom. Oh, yeah, Angel Studios.
All right, there it is.
Yep. Voice compression technology licensed by Factor 5 and LucasArts Entertainment Company. Yep, it's Music's X audio system licensed by Factor 5. Yep.
There it is. Cool.
Yep. And it says portions. 2000 Angel Studios. Anyways, yeah.
I'm not done telling you about the deep lore.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
Resident Evil Outbreak. There are, I believe, 8 characters that you can choose from until you unlock more. But then after that, it's mostly just like different skins with the same ability. But one of them is Kevin. He's an RPD cop. He's too much of a jackass to get into stars, so he's still a beat cop. And you can find his locker in the RPD police station, because in Outbreak you actually get to go to the police station. There was actually the first 3D version of the police station.
Wow, that must have looked amazing back in the day.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. And if you go to like the East break room, I think it is, it's a little tiny room with a bunk bed and some lockers. You can find his locker. Now this is an Outbreak, so I'm thinking, I wonder if I can read his name, like I can read his name. So I go when I finally get over there, I start like searching up and down. There's no Kevin locker, but right in front of where his fucking locker there's a cowboy hat on the table. And I thought about it for a second, like, oh shit, that was his like secondary outfit, is the cowboy hat.
Wow, that's some deep lore there.
Yeah, deep lore. You can find Kevin's cowboy hat in Resident Evil 2 Remake. And I'm going to keep looking for more hidden lore. I'm only a couple hours in.
Cool.
That's fine. Good job, Capcom.
Yeah, I love it.
I appreciate the effort.
Please re-release this fucking game. Outbreak, please.
Well, they are for the third game, right? But
no, that's different.
Okay.
Right. Well, Ty, you've been going for a little bit here. Would you mind if we moved on to the next person?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Or do you want to talk about Dead by Daylight for another hour?
Yeah, the developers are doing a bad job of balancing.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
is Contra and Battletoads the old ones, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
And save states are cheating.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that another time.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and go next with new business. I don't have a lot to talk about because I've been playing two things mainly, and one of them, if you've been following our channel or website or something, you probably know, that's brain training on the Switch. So I basically like preloaded this before I even went to America on like my vacation and stuff. And you can see a picture of my family, my father and mother.
Your Japanese mom and dad.
Yeah, yeah.
How was your vacay in the USA, Danny? Good time?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Ate a lot of food.
Cookies.
What's that?
Lots of Christmas cookies, whatever they
lots
are.
of Christmas cookies, lots of bringing back retro game stuff like empty controller pack boxes for the N64.
Oh, you're a fucking psychopath, Danny.
One does a big cool display for F-Zero GX. Cool things like this.
Let's do that full screen, Danny. Do it again.
So I mean, you can.
Jesus
It just like
Christ.
takes up the whole screen.
You can't
it's
even
like,
fit it in.
Yeah, you can't even fit it in. But this is, I don't know. I've had like this stuff for a long time, and I just like shoved it in a suitcase and brought a lot of it back with me, along with a lot of other empty
That's
boxes.
the American version, right? That's the actual size of a normal American box.
Yep.
That's right. Nailed it. So yeah, I mean, I had a good time just like going through all my old junk and then just like, bringing it back here. But, at the same time, I was still actually playing a little bit of video game stuff. Like I said, brain training. I did manage to get some footage up on the on our YouTube and stuff like that. So maybe you've checked it out. Maybe you don't care about brain training. I don't know. But I mean, honestly,
that was a nice surprise over the winter break. It's like, oh shit, Danny's putting new videos up of brain training, and then lots of Americans saying, "How can I buy this game?"
Yeah, that was definitely a thing.
That's going to be the new Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Well, no, not for much longer, right? Because it's coming out soon, isn't it? Oh, it's out.
Yeah,
already?
it's already out. It's already out in Europe. They haven't, oddly enough, they have not announced it for North America yet.
Huh.
So even though it's fully translated into English, I mean, granted, British English. So I mean, I don't even understand what it's talking about half the time.
Right, you just can't read anything.
Can't. It just doesn't make any sense. No, but jokes aside and stuff. I mean, it's pretty play by the numbers, like brain training type of stuff. It's nothing that's too crazy, except for they do make use of the Joy-Con infrared camera, which
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and I wrote a review for this, and I have a review in written form. I have it in video form, so you should definitely check it out if you want to hear more about this. But one thing I just want to bring up here is like with that whole part of the game, I just couldn't help but think like Nintendo just said, we have this tech. We have this tech. We absolutely need to use this for something. And this is what they came up with. And in the game, there's like 3 different things you can do. There's like rock, paper, scissors that you can do. And if you're trying to do it as fast as you can, it's not just beating what's going on the screen. Sometimes you have to lose. So you have to like kind of think about what you're doing.
Oh, right. It says lose and then or win. Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's amazing that you can actually see the infrared camera in real time on the screen, right?
Yeah, you can. Which is weird. Oops.
Crazy.
So yeah, that's the thing. There's this
other one. Unnecessary technology to put in a controller. It's like, why would you put all of this tech in one little Joy-Con for like what 2 games?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. And like, there's a couple other things. There's like a thing called hand training. You're just mimicking what's going on the screen. Like they're showing up rock, paper, scissors and stuff, and you're just doing that. And then another one is just like finger calculations. Obviously only up to 5 because you're using one hand.
Because humans have only 5 fingers.
That's the rumor. So yeah, I mean that stuff is pretty neat that they're finally doing something with that tech. I will say that it's really weird that whenever I'm playing brain training on the Switch, though, my Switch actually I can hear the fan start going, especially if I'm doing like the infrared stuff with the Joy-Con, and I really don't know why. Maybe my Switch is breaking, or maybe something's going on that's really taxing the system to do this stuff. I'm not sure.
Well, it's a live video stream from your controller, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, good point. So
it's like the Wii U all over again. Live video stream to your controller.
same quality too for like the other display. So,
right. 480p, only 2 colors. Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, yeah, I played quite a bit of it, and I'm still playing. I haven't missed a day for like the past like week and a half or 2 weeks. I did miss some time when I was on vacation because I couldn't be bothered to do that or whatever. But one game that actually I got over the holidays for my little brother. It's a game that I had bought years and years ago, like back in 1998. And this game is a little game called Robotron 64. Do any of you guys know about this game at all? Or
yes, I played it. It's a man's game.
I've heard of it.
It was definitely tough back in the day. It's still tough now, I'll tell you that. And I think at the time when I originally played it, you think back to 1998, like most games were kind of going towards more like story driven, just stuff that's not quite like as arcade based as like what you would think with Robotron. And if you don't know anything about Robotron, just right off the cuff, it's basically like this twin stick shooter that was like in the arcades, and you're controlling this little robot dude or something and killing robots or whatever. And it's the same on the N64, except for, they're doing it with polygonal graphics and, no dual analog setup, at least initially. Because actually, oddly enough, there is an option to use dual analog in the game, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know, Ty, did you ever get to try that out?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
GoldenEye had that option too. If you were feeling feisty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about that before,
yeah. I mean, otherwise, if you're not using the second analog stick, it's just you're moving and you're shooting. That's it. And if you're using just one controller, you're shooting with the C buttons, like with the different directions and stuff like that. There's like 200 levels in this game. Obviously it gets progressively harder as you go. More and more enemies are coming out, and they're just trying to destroy you. Little robots, tanks, UFOs, all sorts of crap like that. And it's just kind of just about like having good reflexes and just trying to defeat all those guys as fast as you can. But yeah, I just finished up a review for this just a couple of days ago. So if you're one of our patrons, you could have already actually checked this out. This is going to be going live on Friday. And the text is probably going to maybe going up maybe on Thursday. I'm not sure. I have to kind of prep that
retro review.
What's that?
It's basically a dual stick shooter, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, before like there were dual sticks on consoles. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, the dual analog on N64. It's almost like training for the the next generation. When we actually did have two analog sticks on the same controller.
Yeah.
So if you got good at Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, you would be ready for the GameCube, and it's shitty, even shittier control stick, second control stick.
Absolutely. And I was looking around because I was thinking like, man, did Robotron 64 ever get released here? And unfortunately it didn't, but there is basically a version of it that is available in Japan too. And I talk about that in the review. So, and actually it's really weird. Like I'm not going to spoil it. I think you should actually just watch it whenever you get a chance, but
I'll check it out.
You got it. And also people listening and stuff. But the name of the publisher is really weird, and they publish some really cool Western games in Japan. Like a lot of cool Western games. What's that?
Is it Game Bank?
Not Game Bank, not those guys. Okay. I had never heard of these guys until
good effort.
Now I'm intrigued.
Ooh.
But
going to have anyway, a new subscriber. Ty's going to subscribe to the Famicast YouTube channel right now to find out. Awesome. Nice. Thanks for joining.
No, I blocked it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Reported.
All right. Well, James, that's it for me, man. So would you mind finishing up some new business?
All right. So hot off the need to play more of the year. Of next year of the year, Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition : Echoes of Elusive Age. Easy for you to say. I've been playing a bit more of that. I mean, a lot more of that. I think I put 20 plus hours. I think it was my number 2 game of last year. Number 1 Mario Maker 2, number 2 this. So I'm up to almost 40. Between 45 and 50 hours now. So I've, probably like doubled my playtime in just the end of December and first bit of January here. Yeah, I've just been bombing on through the story. I'm not gonna spoil it because Danny's still quite early on, right? You haven't got any further, so I'm not going to spoil anything. But like at 30 hours. There was a point in the game where I'd got all of the Baphomet. I'd got all the these orbs that we're collecting. You probably seen these orbs. Actually, even if you've never played Dragon Quest XI, if you've got the Smash stage, the Dragon Quest Smash stage, in Dragon Quest stage, there's like these kind of colorful orbs that float around the arena. Those are the things that you're collecting. in Dragon Quest 11. So I got all of those, and then I went to the point where we're gonna place the orbs, and what I thought would be like well, no, to be fair, I didn't think it was going to be the end of the game. I thought, just under 30 hours for a Dragon Quest game, and everyone's saying, oh, it's over 100 hours. Okay, this is probably not going to be the end of the game, but I'm going to see what happens.
Yeah.
And there was a huge twist, and the game, the story just went in a completely different direction to what I thought, and it was almost like a link to the first time you play A Link to the Past, and you get the three whatever it is, the pendants.
Yeah, those things.
And then you think that's the end of the game, and then boom, it's not. There's a whole lot more to go. Well, a very similar thing happens in Dragon Quest 11, and that was an amazing thing to see. And so I'm kind of like in the second stage of the game. I believe there's another stage after this, but
God, okay,
crazy. Like the story is just, it just keeps getting better. Like I said this last year, but like it's just such a good game to play for an hour or two every night, because just about an hour's play is just perfect, because it's like in an hour you're probably going to find a new village, you're probably going to find a new secret to solve, and you're going to talk to some new people, go to a dungeon, beat a boss, and then go back and go back to the inn and save. And that's like one night's play, and it was probably designed that way, but like it's just like almost like a perfect handheld game, and a lot of the in the DS era and 3DS era, they were all handheld, right? So it's kind of like continuing that tradition, even though this is a home console game as well. It's just perfectly designed to be either a home console game or a portable console game. It's just genius. And the Switch has the advantage of you can just hit the power button and just go to sleep anytime you want.
Yeah.
So you never have to worry about like, oh shit, I need to get to a save room or an inn to save. You don't need to worry about that. You can just hit it whenever you want. And it is a really good commute game, because like if you're on the train, I have played this on the train, and it runs really well in handheld mode as well. There's no slowdown at all. It runs as well as it does in docked mode. But like playing on the train, you can just like grind out a few levels or something like just do a few kind of like mindless things on the way to the next part, and then when you get home, dock it, and then do the kind of story, kind of cutscenes and all that kind of stuff on the big screen and stuff. So it's such a perfect game to go back and forth between the two play styles, and it's just genius game design. And like when I initially played the demo, I kind of complained that this is very much like a one path kind of thing. It's not like Breath of the Wild, even though it might look visually similar-ish, kind of like this kind of colorful world that you can explore, huge open world, but it's not, right? Breath of the Wild, you can climb anything, you can go anywhere. This one you can't. But like, I don't think that's a knock against the game at all. I think it's how focused it is really good for me, and I think that's why it hit me so much, is that I never feel like I'm wasting my time. It's always, I know where to go, and it recaps you, tells you what you did last time, and you can just keep going. You're never wondering what to do.
Yeah, and Adam Conforti has just a quick comment here too. He said, "Yeah, Square did such a great job with the Switch port of Dragon Quest 11," and I totally agree. And
Absolutely.
James, like you were saying too about just, it's so cool that, I mean, I haven't played the game in probably like a month and a half or 2 months, but I know that when I go back and play, because of that little option that they have, it'll be like, "Yo, you were doing this, idiot." You're like, "Oh yeah." I mean,
yeah,
I feel
you'll
like
be back with him within seconds. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Oh man, this screenshot, man, so much to tell now. It's a whole different from where I am now. This screenshot tells a whole different story now. It's crazy. But anyway, the only knock I have against it so far is that the dungeons that you go to, like you go to a new area, you go to the town. There's always somewhere to save and somewhere to rest to get all your health and magic back, right? But when you go to a dungeon, you can never be sure when you're going to be able to save. So and the weird thing is that I've had this both ways. I've had a dungeon where I've gone to this place, and there's loads of monsters there. They're not too strong, like they're like medium strength. There's a couple of strong enemies in there, but I can take them all down pretty easily. And I've cleared out pretty much this whole cave system. It was a cave at the time. I killed pretty much every enemy in the cave. Like, I don't know, 30, 40 enemies. Like just leveling up, getting tons of coinage, leveling up like 3 or 4 levels. It was great. And then I get to the end of the cave, and then there's a boss, and I'm like, oh, well, I can tell it's going to be a boss. It's like a big, ornate door with torches on each side. I'm like, oh shit, there's going to be a boss behind this stage. I'm like, fuck, there's no save point here. I'm like, I don't want to go all the way back. It's quite a hike to go back to the town. I'm like, fuck it. My health's all right. I got like maybe like half magic on a couple of characters, but I'll be fine. Goes through the door. The boss fucking wrecks my ass. It's like, it's really hard. It's really hard. And it's doing all these, it's poisoning me and all this kind of shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't have any potions to get rid of that. I don't have any magic spells to counter that. I'm like, shit. And it's like, I'm getting down to my last character. All 3 of my guys are dead. I'm like, fuck. And then, the boss kills me. I'm like, motherfucker. It's not all a big loss because you can actually just restart. There's a few options when you die, you can restart and lose half your coins, but then you keep all what you've leveled up and everything like that. Or you can go back, just to the last whatever auto save and stuff like that. There's a few options you can do. Anyway, I did that. I went back. This time I just kind of avoided all the monsters, which is something you can do. There's no random battles in this game, which I love. All the enemies are visible. And you can just walk around them if you want to. If you don't want to fight them, it's great. There's absolutely no random battles in this game. And I just went beeline straight for the boss and, killed him on my first go. Because I had full health, full magic. I bought a couple of potions. I had everything I needed, right? So that was annoying, like not knowing that there wasn't going to be a save point at the end. But then oppositely, like, maybe an hour or 2 after that, probably more than that, 5 or 6, 7 hours after that, I enter this place and there's like tons of these really strong enemies. I'm like, okay, shit, I'm gonna save now. Okay, I'm gonna rest, save, get everything I need. I'm not gonna touch any of these enemies because I have a feeling that the boss is going to be a big one of this one. So I walk past all the enemies, dodge all the enemies, don't touch any of the enemies. I'm like, nope, not going to fight you, not going to fight you. Go straight for the boss. And there's a save point before the boss's door. And not only that, but it's one of these special save points that actually refills your magic and health for you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then you can fight the boss. I'm like, well, fuck, I just walked past 100 really powerful enemies that would have leveled me up a lot. And I just ignored them all. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just fight the boss.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I've had it both ways. So it's like, okay, it would be nice if it was either A, always before the boss there's a save point, or B, never. It's one or the other. So I'm prepared. I know what to do, right?
Yeah.
But having both ways, it kind of like it trips me up sometimes. So of course I always play it the safe way, and I always just like I dodge past the enemies, beat the boss, and then I go back and I fight a few of the enemies after the boss just to level up a bit.
Oh yeah.
So maybe they should have thought about that maybe a little bit better, but it's not spoiled my enjoyment at all. So yeah, looking forward to playing more. I'm still playing it like an hour or so every day.
Cool.
Sometimes on the train, sometimes at home. It's great. And I was going between that and Val Ferris, which is a winner of Indie Game of the Year last Fammies. And I thought, okay, this one Indie Game of the Year, I should complete this game. Because I think I was around about the halfway point, maybe not even that. And I've been playing this game for over 10 hours. And I wasn't even at the halfway point, right? This is a game that you would think, it's like a Contra style game. Contra style games, they don't take more than 10 hours to beat.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
But the thing is, it's like, yeah, like if you know what you're doing and you can defeat all the bosses on your first go and you know everything, yeah, you could probably complete this game in less than 5 hours. But this game is incredibly hard, and you're going to be dying and repeating stuff a lot. And the pattern with this game is that there's a lot of save points, but the save points are always it's always really hard platforming section, which is quite long. A little mini, not really boss, but like a very strong enemy at the end of it, and then a save point. Or a little bit of platforming and then a main boss. Okay, the game is pretty much all of that. It's like, hard platforming, strong enemy, save point, etc., etc. Repeat not ad nauseum, but repeat all the way through the game. But the cool thing is, like, the scenery is always changing and the enemies are always changing, and you always have to think of, if you're going to use your sword, your melee weapon, you got this kind of cool laser sword that you can slice through enemies.
I think we can see it is it in this screenshot here?
Yeah, he's holding the laser sword there, and he's firing his kind of regular weapon, which there's maybe about 12 different main weapons that you can choose from, and you can upgrade them all as well. So each one of the 12 weapons has 3 versions. So there's, I don't know, there's absolutely tons of weapons you can do. They change a lot. Sometimes it just increases the fire rate. Other times they do extra cool things, like, they do like a 3-way split shot or something like that when you get to the highest level. You upgrade them by getting blood metal, which is a very Val Faris way of upgrading stuff. Yeah, blood metal is basically, I don't know what we'd call, like missile upgrades or whatever in Metroid. They're usually quite well hidden, and it's usually like, if the way to go is go straight forward, if you go like up or down or like go, somewhere more dangerous, there's probably going to be a blood metal hidden there. So it always rewards you for like, doing something a little bit more dangerous, something that requires a little bit more skill. They'll always reward you with a blood metal, which I think is really cool. So and sometimes you can actually just save and then go back and like do the difficult thing to get the blood metal as well. So there's always a chance to do that, and they're hidden really well. Like sometimes, like on this screenshot we're looking at now, on the left side of the screen, it looks like a wall, right? But I think the top one, it looks a little bit lighter. You could actually chop that with your sword and break it, and then that would lead to a secret room on the left. So it's like, things like that. And once you get to know the kind of the grammar of the game, if I can call it that, like you get to understand like where things are hidden. Sure. So yeah, you collect all these blood metals, and then like a weapon upgrade will be like 5 blood metals or something, and then you can upgrade it to the stronger version. And your sub weapons are usually things like missiles or like kind of an arc of electricity that kind of like locks on to enemies and stuff. So you got your sub weapon, which uses your blue energy. I can't see it on this screenshot, but you got 2 energy bars. You got your health, and it's not on that one either. None of these.
Looks like they're going HUDless on these. Screenshots.
There's like a red energy bar, which is your health, a blue energy bar, which is your energy, and your sub weapon uses energy. And to regain energy, you slice enemies with your sword. Your laser sword gives you back energy. Well, I guess you can call it an energy sword. So if you chop up little enemies, or you can chop anything, you can even chop a boss if you want, and it'll give you blue energy back. So in a way, it kind of reminds me of Doom. Where you can like melee people to get stuff like ammo or health back, kind of like that. All the bosses are really beautifully animated and all different. Like this snake-looking boss kind of thing here. And they're all really beautifully made and beautifully designed, and like you can just see like just the look of each screenshot here is completely different, right? Different color scheme. All very heavy metal. And so it's like, it feels like every 30 minutes, an hour of this game, the scenery is completely different. All the enemies are different, and different ways of like working out to attack them. But Jesus Christ, the main bosses in this game are so fucking hard, like unbelievably fucking hard. like there was this one boss which I beat like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. Oh my god, it's basically this huge skeleton guy, which turns out is your brother, the brother of the main character.
Okay.
Story's not really much of a thing in this game, but there is some story kind of laced in there. And basically, he's like 4 times bigger than you. He's got this huge sniper rifle, which he can hit you from anywhere on the screen. You're fighting in this, arena, which is like, I don't know, 4 screens wide, 4 screens tall. It's got this kind of massive sniper rifle who can hit you from anywhere, and it's like one hit kill.
Okay.
And then he goes around this. When he moves, he turns into like a cloud of toxic gas, and if you touch the toxic gas, you die within about 2 or 3 seconds. So you have to avoid that. And the toxic gas spawns all of these little insects, which are good in a way because you can chop them to get some energy for your secondary weapon. But they also like attach onto you and kill you. Like 2 bites and you're dead. So you're avoiding all of these things. And he can just like zip around the stage, firing his fucking sniper rifle every few seconds. Wherever you are on the screen, he can hit you. So basically, I had to like memorize his shooting pattern, which was like bang, 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 bang. So I had this kind of pattern memorized. So like even when I couldn't see him, if he was off screen, I could see the laser sight coming towards me, and I could jump in the exact time to avoid every hit. It took me like, I don't know, maybe 50 tries. Mm-hmm. I'd memorized every single routine that he did. But unfortunately, there's always a bit of RNG with this game. Like where he's going to stand, where he's going to teleport to or whatever is different every single time. But I'd basically memorized every single routine that he could do. So like, okay, if I stand here, he might force him to go there. There's like a 50% chance he'll go into this area, which will let me hit him. So it's like, he might not always do it. So like, I would always get to a point where I'd be like down to the last slither of his health, but like the RNG hits, and he teleports somewhere that he goes right over me and just fucking toxic gases me to death or whatever. And it's always so close. But anyway, I nailed it, and yeah, my god, it was such an amazing feeling to defeat that boss. That was just one, and there's so many bosses. Like I've kind of lost count of how many bosses there are in this game. There's a lot. Like I'm talking like 30 bosses here.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah. They're all unique, all unique and beautifully hand drawn and animated. So yeah, this game is kicking my ass, and now I think I'm nearer to 80% complete with this game.
Okay.
After another, like, I don't know, 5 hours of playing this game. Jesus Christ. So yeah, if we're doing it by time, it's probably now gone into my like top 3 most played games if I'd done all of this in 2019.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But it's not. But yeah, I'm not going to give up. I am going to beat this game. This is my Cuphead, Danny.
Yeah. Same man with Cuphead. Yeah, I got to a point where I had sunk so much time in. I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, I am not going to fucking stop now. That would just be ridiculous. I put too much time in. I just got to keep on going. Same way, dude. You can do it.
Right. But there is a certain kind of, you are enjoying it, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's kicking your ass, right?
So, to an extent. I mean, I'll tell you, Ty, Mr. Dice, is that the guy's name? Dice.
Who?
In Cuphead. Dice.
Oh,
King
yeah,
Dice.
Dice Head. Wait,
King Dice?
what is it? King?
Anyways, either way, whatever.
Mr. Dice Man.
Like his stage, holy shit! I wanted to murder myself.
Is that got a bit of RNG to it as well?
Actually, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a timing thing you have to do. There's like a spinning dice, and you have to stop it. And if you're not trying to stop it at a particular time, yeah, it's gonna be RNG, but it's not really. It's timing based.
Yeah, but man, that thing drove me crazy. But I did it, and then and after that, I bought the final boss.
Good job.
Yeah, nice.
But,
yeah. What did you think was the hardest boss in the game?
In Cuphead?
Yeah.
Good question. I mean, I just got so pissed off at King Dice.
I think everybody has a different answer. For me, like the hardest boss was the dragon.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem with the dragon actually.
Right?
Honestly. It was just that one I just
and then like there's other bosses. Well, I'll just blow right through them. But other people are like, "Oh God, it's so hard."
Yeah, I can't remember. Like I said, this King Dice is just the one sticking in my head right now. I just hated it so much.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one because it's actually like at least 4 bosses.
Yeah, it's a roulette.
I don't think that's the case with Valfaris. I think the bosses get progressively harder and progressively kick your ass. I think everyone would have a problem with the one I had with. But like I said, there's a bit of RNG, so maybe you do get lucky and you get the easy pattern animation that he might do sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, I love how Russ Greeno on Twitter. I tweeted out a video of me beating that boss after an hour of trying, and Russ said, "Oh, it looked easy. Looks like you just stood there. You just shot the floor." But that was because I had managed to get him into that corner where he does that, and also he was shooting the floor. But if I didn't jump, him shooting the floor would have killed me. So like every time I jumped, I was actually avoiding death. So yeah, I made it look easy, but it was not easy.
Cool.
Bit of luck.
All right. Well, James, is that all you got, man?
Yeah. I bought a whole bunch of games over the New Year's sale, but we'll get to those over the coming episodes.
Oh, if I can I do a little addendum?
Sure.
I actually also started playing the Grandia HD collection.
Ooh.
I played some of that on the train. Just the first one. I've always meant to play it. I really like the second one. I played through it a couple times on Dreamcast.
Nice. Yeah. Cool.
How did you get the TV and Dreamcast on the train?
Very carefully. But it's nice. It's like a game I wanted to play. It's ported very well to the Switch. Like you can tell it's a PlayStation 1 game, but like it looks and feels significantly improved. And the music is already like super good to start with, and the game is very colorful. And it has like it has kind of like this upbeat like 90s vibe to it. I'm really enjoying it.
So it works well as a handheld game?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it's an RPG, right?
Yeah.
You don't need a fight stick for it.
Right. Well, you don't.
Yeah, I use one anyway, but...
Yeah. Right, on the train.
Yeah.
Just a little quick comment from James Allen here. Every boss in Cuphead took me on the verge of suicide of my Switch. I can definitely relate to that. So
right. Don't smash your Switch in anger.
Yeah, don't look back in anger. Yeah. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for new business. So we're going to kick it into a little bit of now playing and then get into some news. So let's go ahead and do that.
There can.
Now playing at thefamicast.com. Lots of stuff going up on the website. Some stuff going up on YouTube. James, what's something that you can talk about?
Am I going first? All right, then. Yeah, well, I just wanted to do a thank you to all the patrons. I don't think we've done it in a while. And we do have a new patron. So I just want to thank all the patrons. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all of them. Every single one of them. Right now. Starting from the newest one, which is Spencer Johnson. Spencer Johnson, thank you so much. You joined the tier 2. So he's got all the podcasts, all the exclusive podcasts, all the exclusive videos, all that good stuff. Please to enjoy. He's also got another, 2 seasons worth of podcasts to listen to. I believe we're up to 44 or 45 exclusive podcasts. So even though we're 165, yeah, that's right? Yeah.
Something
so yeah,
like
we're actually up to episode 210. If you're a patron.
Yeah.
So yeah, please to enjoy, Spencer. And then next we got Trent Brown. If we haven't said thank you and hello to Trent Brown, I apologize. Trent Brown is our second newest one. Fred Ribbits, yeah, I think we've said his name before. Fred Ribbits, still going strong. Dr. Green Chicken, great name. Thank you so much. James Allen, who's watching right now. James, what up? Carmine Red, he's been a long-time patron. And actually, if you're an RFN or Nintendo World Report listener, you probably know Carmine. Lemonade, he's always joining in with all our, game nights and everything. And he's, let us play Youngblood as well. Awesome dude. Then we have Sasha Holsch, and then the infamous Russ Greeno. He's right there. Anthony Dranfield, what up? And Haitani. Haitani's always in the our Discord. Loves the Discord chats. He's coming to Japan, I think, this year. Good luck to him. I mean that seriously. I can't. Oh, it's so hard for me not to be a sarcastic asshole. I apologize. Ketafuki. Probably haven't said his name in a long time, but Ketafuki, we still love you. We still recognize you. I see you. Addison Webb, big friend of the show. Addison, what's up? Lucas. A lot of these guys have been in on the exclusive streams that we did in season 2. We used to do videos like just a man-to-man kind of thing, just us and one patron, and we used to let them choose a game. A lot of these guys have done that. And then we're on to the big boy list now. Come on, Ryan Modolo. What up, Ryan? Ryan's always game for a laugh for a game, one of those. Mark Harrison, what a dude. Aaron Brown, bada bing. Novocaine. Haven't heard his name but in a while, but yeah, we love you. Peter Doxus. Yes, we all know him. Big friend of the show. And then top 3, the big 3 big boys. Joel Henneberry. He the man. Chris Blackstone. Is Chris watching right now? I thought Chris was in the chat. He might be. He's always, sometimes he's in the chat. Balls, we call him. And then, of course, number 1 patron. It's Rich Catalano, who's been to Japan many times, been on many, many podcasts, and we love him. He's the leader of all the patrons. But we love all our patrons. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just for past patrons too, I think there's a couple here too. Ryan Modolo, was he on the list?
Yeah, I just said his name, mate.
Okay, sorry, I was.
Sorry, these are the current active patrons. So if I didn't say your name, I'm sorry. These are just the current active paying ones. But we have a few who would sometimes dip in and dip out. But thank you so much. If you contributed in the past as well, thank you so much. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, we've still got a few more months left of season 3. So yeah, get in there. Come on. Always a good time to join. Yep. I almost said never a good time to join.
Never a good time to join, boys. It's a new catchphrase. Nailed it, James.
Nailed it.
All right. Well, in terms of like content and stuff, I had mentioned earlier in the new business, there's a review that's coming out very soon for Robotron 64. The review you've been waiting for since 1998. It's going to be here very soon. So look forward to that. Excuse me. And then on the website, I put together a preview for AO Tennis 2, Australian Open Tennis 2. That's right, more sports games. We should be getting a copy of that in pretty soon. It looks pretty cool. Really cool, like a really cool career mode. Cool. Yeah, that's in the game. Like where it's not only, most career modes in games, you're playing the game and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. But this is like narrative driven stuff. Like you can go to like press conferences and be a complete dick. You can, there's reputation stuff too. So like you can kind of choose how to respond if you how you win or lose a game. Like throw the racket. I don't know exactly, but throw the racket on the ground and call somebody a son of a bitch or something. So that should be pretty cool.
My interest.
Yeah.
So you're saying you can straight up kill people on the court?
You can straight up murder them. You could pull out your gun. Well, it's in Australia, so at least you can get a knife. So
it's not a knife.
Yeah. Anyways, all of this and more at the Famicast. All right. Well, James, I think you know what time it is.
Like a load, bitches, damn with the Japanese.
That's right. It's time for the Japanese. We have a couple of like kind of big stories in here, but then a couple just at the beginning that we're just going to kind of just blow through here really quickly. And actually, since the first two really are of interest to Ty, I figured he might be the guy to take these first two stories.
I love the trolling. Love it.
Pokemon.
The Pokemon Direct. Yeah. Ty was all over that.
Yeah.
So
stop tweeting about
it. Some DLC. I definitely saw some complaints about it on Twitter.
Yes.
And Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Are they adding all the missing Pokemon? Is that right? Or some of the missing Pokemon?
I don't know.
No, they're not adding all of them. They are adding like more Pokemon and stuff, but they're not adding all of them. There are going to be a significant amount more from what I've seen. I wish I really would have watched the Direct, but couldn't be bothered.
Will they show us the Pokemans?
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, some people complain because, like, why do we have to pay for extra Pokemon? They should have put them in the first time. But, like, come on. Used to buy the whole extra game to get more Pokemon. Now it's just an expansion. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, with the Direct 2, like, Ty, I think did you say this? The second part too?
I just said the words Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Perfect.
I don't know what the story is. It's just the words.
Perfect. That's all we needed. Next. No. No, actually, there's a demo for this out right now on the Switch. I was going to download it and play it before the show. That obviously didn't happen.
I downloaded that and totally forgot I downloaded it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, they had a nice kind of looking art style at least, and it's free, so why not?
Yeah. So I mean, I figured at least for the demo, why the hell not give it a shot? Well, still haven't done it, so.
Well, talk about that next episode.
Yeah.
/ we'll forget totally again.
It's fine. If you're out there and you're actually playing it and you love Pokemon, let us know. If you're a big fan of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, let us know in comments or something. But
it's bad. It'll pass.
Yeah. Actually, James, this next little bit of news is for me. So I just mentioned AO Tennis 2, how it's coming out actually in the West relatively soon in February, I believe. And it's actually been announced it's going to be coming out into Japan as well. A couple months late, May 14th. Better late than never to shoot your opponent on a tennis court.
Be with you.
Yes.
Right.
Well, James, this next little bit of news is definitely right up your alley. It's something that you love.
Jesus Christ. Bee Simulator. What? Bee Simulator coming to Japan on April 23rd.
Some of these quick hitters are thanks to Japanese Nintendo. So thanks, Brian, for being awesome at always putting together news, even stuff that.
Simulator.
It's not an ironic, jokey game like Goat Simulator, is it?
No, James, it's an educational thing, right?
It's a fully realistic simulation of a bee's life.
Nice.
You can murder wasps, which are your enemy.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah, all small children.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
True story.
Well,
that's a big one.
Yeah. This next little bit of news is actually pretty big. It's something I saw yesterday. I think first I saw it on Japanese Nintendo, then I went to just Nintendo's website too, just to get some more info about it. But
Nintendo Game Pass coming soon.
Kind of. I mean, you might remember back in the summer, there was depending on where you were, there. Sorry, I'm setting up something here. You could have a chance to play a game on your Switch for free for like a week. And Nintendo are doing that again in Japan starting on January 20th. And this is going to be with Fire Emblem Warriors, or Fire Emblem Muso, as it's called here in Japan. And not only that, if you play the game and you like it, you don't beat it. I mean, let's be fair. These Warriors games, they really stick around for longer than they need to. But I mean,
300 hours of grinding later.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, I know, James, you will forever hate these games in this series, and that's fine.
I'll play it for free, though.
Yeah, it's very much like just video game junk food. I've heard other podcasts say this. I think Casey on Talk Nintendo said this, and I agree. Like, especially Hyrule Warriors, it's just like junk food. It's in a series that you loved, and you're just kind of just beating literally like thousands of bad guys to death. I don't know too much about Fire Emblem, but I'm definitely going to try this out just because.
Yeah. I don't play Fire Emblem or Musou games, but a free first-party game, yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah, well, technically, in Japan, this is a third-party game. This is published by Koei Tecmo. And if you're going in, you're like, whoa, I have a Japanese eShop account. I can totally get this. And again, too, you have to be a Nintendo Switch Online member to be able to make use of this. But
so, Danny, if there is a really useful video on the internet that would tell you how to change your account, so you can make, for example, your American account, you can make that into a Japan one, so you could play this game for free. Which amazing YouTube channel should you go to?
I should think you should probably check out the Famicast on YouTube if you're not already here right now.
They're going to say IGN Japan.
Yeah.
No, IGN Japan, they don't do shit. They don't do shit. We're the only channel that actually has this video, seriously.
Yep.
So, yeah, seriously, like, if you want to play this game for free, then, yeah, check out the... Yeah, we should probably link people up. We'll probably tweet it out and link people up, when this is available.
Yeah.
Because, that's the only time when that video is going to get hits is when these games are available for free, right? Because, the rest of the year, it's useless because, these don't come around very often. Yeah. But I'm glad that they're doing this. And they probably will do a game in the West as well. It'll probably be a completely different game. Right?
That's been the pattern, right? Because before it was Mario Tennis Aces, and then over here was Captain Toad, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, Captain Toad was Japan.
Okay.
Mario Tennis was America or the West. But it's funny, isn't it? It's usually like a B/C tier game. So don't be expecting, Smash Brothers or Mario Odyssey for free. It's probably going to be, something like this. So I don't know what that would be in the West, like a B/C tier game.
I mean, they could do this. I mean, Fire Emblem's pretty popular in the West, and this
wouldn't it be funny if it was Hyrule Warriors? there's me playing Fire Emblem Warriors, and then a week later playing Hyrule Warriors.
There it is. Fun. Well, one cool thing too, I was going to mention that if you do play this game and you do find that you really like it, it's going to be 40% off until February 2nd.
Yeah, and make sure you worship your Chinese or Japanese though.
Yeah, that's the thing, because with this. And we talked about this before on the channel with like Dragon Quest, like Dragon Quest 11. If you buy the Japanese version, it's language locked to Japanese. And the reason being is because Square Enix, they do the publishing duties here in Japan, but in the West, Nintendo does that. So I'm wondering if it's some kind of a rights thing, because Nintendo might have the rights to the English localization or German localization, whatever the hell you want to play in, right?
But it's so weird that like. Nintendo wouldn't say, "Hey, do you want the English track?" Japan Square wouldn't even bother asking, would they? No, we don't need it, mate.
Yeah, Koei Tecmo and Square Enix are some of the worst about this type of stuff. If you want to have like basically a region-free game, do not buy it for a Square Enix game on the Japanese eShop. It's going to be region locked to Japanese.
Not region locked, but language locked.
Sorry, language locked. Excuse me.
Right.
But I mean, whatever. If you want to play in Japanese, then hey, sure, go for it. But if you want to play in English, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, it's actually more dangerous than region locking, isn't it? Because with region locking, it's like you can't play this. Okay, I'm not going to play it. But with language locking, it's like you can buy this, and then you buy it, and then it's like, oh shit, I can't understand it. So it's more dangerous in a way.
Yeah,
giving you the false sense of security.
Right.
Watch out.
Well,
also Yono and the Celestial Elephants, language lock. Don't buy that. Don't buy the Japanese one.
So
you want to.
I hate it. How they did that shit, man. Well, the next little bit of news is actually pretty cool here too. It's about Super Nintendo World. Ty, do you want to read this over?
Hell yeah.
World of Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Nintendo World. I love it. I just had thought, what if it's all Super Nintendos?
Made out of the world made out of.
Anyway, it's set to open in Japan this summer at Universal Studios Japan. I remember when they first announced this.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Guests will have a special electric shock collar. Cool. Quote, power band that can strap onto their wrist will interact with a mobile app. You can get items going around the area of the park. Well, at the moment, it's all Mario themed. It's possible that other Nintendo properties will make an appearance.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe little known franchises such as Pokemon, I'm guessing.
I'd love to go there and meet Metroid.
Yeah, the real Metroid.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would like to go, and actually my eldest son does want to go, but like going in 2020, the year of the Olympic Games, like
wait and see.
Anything in Japan, right? Anything in Japan, like the first month it opens, it's like, forget about it. But with this one, it could be like the first year. It's like, forget about it, right? Harry Potter was the same way, right?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't even get in for like, a good half a year.
And actually, James Allen is a funny comment here too. So the Famicast offers many how-to videos, even how to unbox and use a Mario Maker stylus. Oh yeah.
Right, yeah. No one knew about that until I did it.
But he also asks about the park, like this place. He's like, will you guys make the effort to visit? I would love to go, but like James said, I mean, especially in 2020, that would just be a fool's errand just to go
right
when this opens, because it's going to be so full of people.
A good example of something that's happening right now. I don't know if did we talk about the Nintendo store in Tokyo? We probably did talk about that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, even now it's been open since, is it November?
Yep.
Yeah, so onto it's like 2.5 months open. There's still a 45-minute wait time to get into a shop. Think about that. It's not a theme park, it's a shop. People are buying shit, and they're still having to limit the amount of people going into it. So the theme park is going to be similar kind of thing. So I will be going. My family will be going. Maybe next year, 2021, because my youngest son, maybe he's a little bit young for that thing. You might not be able to go on any rides because it's too short. So yeah, next year it'll be a little bit less crazy, and it'll be more suitable for my boys' ages. So yeah. Oh, what's that? Was that the app?
Yeah, that's the app. Because cool. like I read out too. I mean, there's an app that goes along with this, and there's like a little wristband that you can use that somehow it interacts with the app and also with stuff in the park.
It'll shock you.
Yeah, it's gonna shock you.
When you say get items, you mean like you get physical prizes for collecting stuff, or is it just?
I think it meant like you get items like kind of digitally, like in the world that kind of correspond to stuff in the phone. And in the video, they did a very short video presentation of this, and it like looking at the map on the phone, it's kind of laid out just like how the map would, as far as I know, how this area of the park would be. So you can kind of see it like a 2D representation, kind of like old school Mario 2D type of stuff. Pretty cool. Nice. And so yeah, I guess just maybe that's the wristband is some kind of like NFC thing or something. Maybe you're scanning stuff to.
Yeah, I've seen this kind of wristband thing before, actually. In Makuhari, the place where the TGS is held, there's a big, super massive shopping mall, and inside there they had the Japanese Power Rangers. It's not called Power Rangers in Japan, but they had one of those Rangers theme park, and I took my son there a couple of times when he was into that kind of stuff, and they gave you one of those bands when you go in. And we actually still have a couple of them because they're quite well made, and all around it's a very small theme park because it was inside a shopping mall, but there was all these things that you could do, and then you would put the thing on this kind of sensor, and it would add points to it, and then as you were leaving the theme park, you would total up how many points you got, and then you would get actual physical prizes at the end of it, something not very amazing. Sure. It's just like a shitty little disposable 100 yen value present at the end of it, but I thought it was pretty cool. The concept was cool, and it looks like it is something like that, but it's got an app as well. So basically you're just going around the park, touching that onto various things around the park, and then you get something.
James Allen actually has another comment here. as well about the Pokemon shop, how it opened up in London. He said it was a complete disaster when it opened last year. Queues, all sorts of stuff. People were just all over the place. He said, "Not sure what all the fuss is about. It's just Pokemon."
Yeah, never heard of it. So yeah, Japanese people, they love queuing up for stuff.
Yeah,
they really love it. They'll just like, you know, like on South Park, there's like the line ride where it's just like lining up to line up. That was the ride. It's a joke in South Park, but it's kind of real in Japan.
yeah,
just like,
definitely.
You know, just put a few cones down. Japanese people just line up. They don't even know what they're doing. They're like, oh, this must be popular. I'll just stand here and wait for it.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
If a restaurant is ever shown on a TV show, like, you're not going to be going to that restaurant for like 2 months. Like,
No
you won't be able to get it.
Yeah, no way. Cool. Well,
All right, then we're done. Oh,
a couple other little bits of news.
We
One
almost
was
skipped past it.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
boy.
James. You earned this.
Hashtag James was right, bitches. So what was it? What was the Fammy award? This one was should come to the Switch of the year.
Yeah, maybe last
And
year
I
too.
believe I mentioned the BioShock collection. Thank you very much. It's just been rated by a very reputable ratings board, right, Danny?
Yeah. Well, hey, it's the Taiwan rating
Yeah.
board or something. But I was telling James, it's like I wouldn't really trust it unless it was actually coming from mainland China. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, looks like BioShock collection is coming to Switch. I mean, at the time of recording, we have a Smash Direct coming tomorrow night, but there isn't actually a Nintendo Direct being announced yet. It may happen after the Smash Direct, but we had a Pokemon Direct, you know, last week. Smash Direct tomorrow. I don't know. Could they squeeze a third Direct in the same month? I don't know.
I think they could. I mean, I don't know. Smash Direct's gonna be 35 minutes though. That's
But they didn't even have a Direct in December, right? That's when we thought. That's usually when they announce, you know, things for this year. Then
it's usually been January, or like last year was early February.
Yeah, it is weird doing just the Smash one though. Like 35 minutes on one DLC character.
Well, they did that the last time, wasn't it? Like 40.
Yeah, but then we'd already had a massive Direct before that. You know what I mean? Like a regular Direct. But
maybe they'll do it the reverse way. They'll do the 35-minute Smash, and then seriously, like next week, you know, the week of the 20th, they'll be, we got a regular Nintendo Direct, and then they'll be, we got an indie Direct. It's kind of
Yeah, well, if we do have a regular Direct, that's probably when we'll get, you know, BioShock and I don't know, maybe the Nintendo Game Pass. Maybe they'll announce the Western game on that one too. Who knows?
There is one little last bit of news. I'm not actually sure who put this here, and I don't know if this is real or if this is a joke.
Of course it's a joke. I put it on. I was going to make Ty read it out.
Oh.
We'll just skip it then.
Okay.
Unless Ty really likes shogi.
Hell yeah, see me in Haba Shogi.
All right, then Ty is going to read it out then.
Morita Shogi. Okay, no, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Real-time battle Shogi Online is available now at the initial price of 990 yen. The next week it will be 2,200 yen. With owners of the offline version available to upgrade for just 100 yen.
You can play Shogi online, Ty.
Wow.
Did you just make this up, James?
Oh, I copy and pasted it from Japanese Nintendo, friend of the show.
Okay.
Thanks for the news.
Fun fact, with Morita Shogi on the Nintendo 64, it actually had an online mode. It had an online, like a Ethernet plug on the cartridge, and you can actually hook up to the internet and practice with
Ethernet
Shogi.
plug.
Not
I
Ethernet.
doubt it.
Sorry, 56K, whatever. Phone jack.
Phone jack, that's right.
Excuse me, God.
Yeah, LAN cable, like full, you know.
Anyway,
Amazing.
what I was trying to say, that game was ahead of its time. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. All right. Well, James, smells kind of fishy and stinky. Is it time for a certain thing to happen?
Let me just check my schedule here. I believe it is time for JC's Garbage Bag Goodness. Everyone's favorite special feature. I'm serious. Upwards of 3 people have said they really like it.
Hell yeah.
Upwards of 3. possibly just 3. I don't know. So yeah. Anyway, time for the garbage bite of goodness, which is where in case you don't know, it's when I delve deep at the very bottom of the eShop for the best, in quotation marks, the best games on the eShop available right now. And when I say best, I mean if you have $1 or less to spend on video games, I got you back. I have got your back. Don't you worry about it. And we've got an amazing collection today, Danny, because, as we know, most people listening only have $1 to spend on games. And I am going to get the most value out of that $1, let me tell you. The first one is a game which everyone should know, because I think we mentioned it before. It's Preventative Strike. It's back on sale again. I believe it was on sale for like 49 cents, which was obviously which was way too expensive for a lot of people, which is why they've gone back, and it's now 19 cents, baby.
Whoa.
19 Preventative Strike. I mean, we all own this game, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I think Ty actually thought it was going to be like a Desert Strike game.
I was hoping, yeah.
And as you can see, it kind of not Desert Strike, but it involves a helicopter and shooting stuff. So yeah, deal with it. It's 19 cents right now. And if you have, it is a good deal. I mean, if you got a few gold coins left over, you could get this for free right now.
Yeah.
If you bought literally anything, you could get that for free right now. So I would just say, put it in your basket now. We'll move on. The next one I have for you is Tin Boy, which used to be $2, but which is obviously way too expensive for anyone to buy. So they reduced it to 19 cents as well.
Okay.
So you can get Preventative Strike and this. So Tin Boy is, okay. Wow, this actually reminds me of that game that Danny that you like. The
yeah, wow. Actually, that's pretty impressive. There's like little grappling hook type of things that's going on. This is 19 cents. Wow.
Yeah, this is nice. It's like a little guy, like a little suit of armor, and he's using a grappling hook. He's got arrows, like bomb arrows, which is like that guy out of the Avengers, right? Amazing. It's a little bit of tech, a little bit of old-fashioned style suit of armor style stuff. It's amazing. And this is called Tin Boy. Tin Boy is a puzzle platformer with a high difficulty level. Perfect for you, Ty. High difficulty. And it's available in Russian as well, Ty. So I can't see you saying no to that. There you go.
Perfect.
Cool. So that's 2 games right in the bank. Next one, Ding Dong XL. We already talked about that one. That's already been in the garbage bag. So everyone's already bought that one.
Yeah.
But if you missed it last time, it's now down to 24 cents. So get that one.
Yep. Just playing with my XL Ding Dong.
Deadly Fighter 2. I believe we talked about that one too.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up.
Yeah, that's a beat 'em up. It's usually $4. It's 39 cents today. But, we're not going to talk about that one. But we have a new entry, and this one is amazing.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's called Nicky Dash, the Home Alone golf ball.
Yeah.
Which is a crossover of Mario Golf and Home Alone, the movie. So,
yeah. I got this from the sketchy Chinese shop.
I was thinking like Little Nicky and Home Alone, but
Little Nicky. Yeah, I think that's actually more likely. Yeah. So yeah,
there's Adam Sandler right there.
Oh, there's a bag of trash. Holy shit, there was a bag of trash.
Yeah.
There's our thumbnail for the
I was gonna say, James, like I didn't even realize that you were putting up like your footage because I was like too busy looking for a dirty dumpster, which I'll throw up before we're done with this segment.
Yeah, Nicky, the Home Alone golf ball. I mean, you're controlling a golf ball, you kind of physics to get around the place.
It's like a 2D golf game.
Yeah, I mean,
what's happening here?
They're kind of like using photographs for the textures, so it kind of looks semi-realistic. It's 49 cents, so that means you could easily buy Preventative Strike, Tin Boy, and Nicky the Home Alone golf ball, and still have some change left over. like 10 cents left. We probably can't get a game for 10 cents, but we might have to make a decision here. So yeah, the Home Alone golf ball, or you could go for Hook, which is 7% off at the moment.
Not with Robin Williams, right?
It is. I believe this is sponsored by him.
Okay.
This is 49 cents, and this game is, wow, holy shit! This is very minimalistic. It's just literally black lines on a white background.
I think these are like supposed to be hooks.
Yeah. It's kind of like you got to make the connection. It's like an electrical circuit, and you have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a fucking engineering simulator.
Yeah, I believe one of my students actually made this game. Probably, it's a minimal, relaxing puzzle game.
Am I having deja vu? I could have swore you said that the last time.
Yeah, the students make a lot of games that are on the eShop apparently.
There it is.
Who makes this game? I want to know who makes this game. Rainbow Train.
Oh, good old Rainbow Train.
Yeah, classics. Yeah, that's available in Chinese and Japanese and English. Okay, let's. Oh man, so many to choose from here. A lot of 49-cent games today. Quest for the Golden Duck. No. Okay, well this one looks good. Hardway Party. Let's have a look at this one. Looks like maybe a racing game. It's got cars on. Nope. I don't know. Maybe. It's got a versus match. Hardway Party is a fast-paced arcade game. Unlock 50 unique cars and over a dozen worlds.
Okay, so you're driving on these little roads in this extremely zoomed-out view.
Maybe you're placing the roads.
Maybe.
Where we're going, you don't need roads.
This isn't a car.
Well, it's colorful. I mean, it looks like, I don't know. Yeah. Tiny little roads and tiny little cars. You want to go up. The art is not too bad.
I think I have a more appropriate picture for this that I will set up here momentarily.
Okay. Bag of trash, or in general, or this? You got a game you want to focus on?
No, this is just a picture that we need.
Okay. All right then. Which one do you want to look at next? Find the Balance or Sparkle 2 Evo?
Ooh, Evo. Sponsored by
Evo. I like Evo. This is probably the Evo sponsored game, right? Is this coming in the next Evo?
Oh yeah.
It's 49 cents. The Sparkle 2 Evo. So I don't know if that's a sequel or if that's part of the title. Okay, it kind of looks like Flow on the PlayStation. What is this?
It's electroplankton.
Hey.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is electroplankton. Shit. Become the spark of life. Wow, this actually looks pretty good. Pretty good graphics here.
With endless possibilities. A step into the amazing world. Thriving with life.
Man, they might have to go for this one, actually. This looks pretty good. Yeah, someone will definitely like electroplankton.
Take the evolution into your own hands. Develop your DNA.
I believe that's illegal in most non-European countries. Changing your own DNA. Okay, then I'm going to say Sparkle 2 Evo. And then I'm going to follow it up with Tin Boy and Preventative Strike. That's less than 90 cents. You're welcome.
I'd say, hey, Tin Boy looked pretty hot, and it was not.
19 cents here. 19. I'm not saying 90. 19 cents for that game.
Yeah, as much, James, as I wanted to use this for the whole segment.
No, use the screenshot from the golf game.
Right now, I'm using what is it called? Nicky the Home Alone golf ball.
Yeah, I just put up a picture of a dirty dumpster. If you don't know.
Yeah, that's offensive. That's actually offensive to this segment, Danny, and I take
it is.
great offense.
Sorry, pardon my hubris.
I just gave the people like 3 games to buy. Less than it for a chocolate bar. Come on.
Hey, no, seriously. I mean, the past times you've done it, like some of these games actually look like garbage. This time, I'll say, man, some of these games actually look pretty good. Actually, it's weird.
You're welcome. I was sort by like low to high, But if you actually genuinely want like a cheap game for like a reasonable price, if you put best sellers, they're usually better games. For example, Stardew Valley is like $10, and Unravel 2 is $5. I mean, Celeste is probably like less than $10. I don't know because I bought it, so I can't see the price.
Sure.
Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Danny, $8.
Yeah,
I mean, these are very expensive games that we're not going to talk about in this segment.
Only rich people can buy that stuff.
And Legos Marvel Superheroes 2 for $9. That's quite cheap. Yeah. Right then, Danny, let's go back to the studio.
Yep. All right. Well, as promised at the beginning of the show, we actually have a little bit of the Fammies kind of spillover into 2020. Yeah. We have a couple of things that we didn't talk about during the last episode that we're going to talk about now.
The 4-hour episode that we did last year.
Yeah. What did I say? Oh, yes. Well, I mean, I mentioned at the beginning of the show.
It was pretty long, and we didn't get to it. There were now more to add to it.
Yeah. So we got 15 more. No.
No. Yeah. So we got 2 more categories to add. So these are just things that I thought, oh, these are cool. We're probably going to actually redo the Fammies a little bit this year, like end of this year. Maybe get rid of a few categories. Maybe combine a few categories. And add a few categories, just to kind of keep things fresh. So the first one that we're going to add. Remember, this is Fammies 2019. Okay, yeah. 2019. This is from last year. Okay, and the first new category is best moment of the year. Because it just got me thinking. There were so many cool things that happened last year, and we didn't really talk about them. So I thought, all the directs that we talk about the directs on the show, but like of all the directs, all the things, all the news that we talk about, which was the most amazing, surprising, great news or moment that we had this year? And there was a whole bunch. So for example, the Mario Maker 2 announcement for me was a big deal. That was like right at the beginning of the year. We had new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. I was a little bit depressed because I thought that was the only Mario game we were going to get on the Switch, 2D Mario game. And then there you go, boom, a couple of months later, Mario Maker 2, the sequel, not just like a remake, but actually a proper sequel. It's great. Yeah, that was super cool. And then Ty, the next one.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Wait, what?
It's pretty obvious that you're one of your big moments because it made
the reason I bought a Switch for the Cadence of Hyrule announced.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny moment on the Famicast, because that was when Cyrus was on the show, and Cyrus tweeted at us all, it's like, haha, Ty's gonna buy a Switch now. Yeah. And then we all watched the direct and it's like, what the fuck is Cyrus talking about? Like Cuphead and Switch? Like Ty doesn't give a shit about that. Right. And then boom, right at the end of that direct. Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Like I remember I woke up to like a bunch of tweets like Ty's gonna buy a Switch. And I tried to imagine like what could it possibly be? Like,
did you have any inkling?
It was kind of it just seemed like such a left field announcement, It's like, where did this come from? It's crazy.
Would there be anything else that would have done that to you? Like,
yeah, I was struggling to think of something. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
I would have gone for like an F-Zero sequel or something like that, or
yeah, I think that crossed my mind too. That would be a maybe, or maybe just Super Nintendo emulator with GGPO.
Wow, that would have done it. Okay.
Yeah, that would have done it easy.
Wow. Next one is mine. Reggie Fils-Aimé retiring. That was a big deal. Yeah, for me. Finally, he's out.
Yep.
And that way he can actually move forward. But actually, no, because Doug Bowser is just doing all the same things that Reggie does. So nothing much has changed. But that was a big, shocking announcement anyway. That was a big moment. No one saw that one coming. Danny, maybe the next one is you?
Yeah, this is definitely up there for me. Breath of the Wild 2 announcement. I mean, I think we all knew that Nintendo would be doing something, and I think the fact that they have the engine done, it took them 5 years to do it, but they finally, released Breath of the Wild, and they have the engine done. It's just a matter of just making more stuff, kind of like a Majora's Mask type of a thing. So I think it's fitting that we've seen this, and I really think we'll see this at the end of this year, and I don't know, I'm pretty excited about it.
Next one is that all the rumors about the Switch Mini actually turned out to be true, and we got the Switch Lite announcement. We've long heard about the Switch Mini and the Switch Pro, for the last year and a half, 2 years now. Switch Pro may also be coming out this year. We don't know. We're hearing more and more about that now. Something about like how the docked mode will be, more similar to a PS4, and like handheld will be like the old TV mode kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be 4K.
No, I don't think so. But
the Japanese developers like making games for cheap. So,
but we've seen games like Darksiders, which have like a different graphical settings, like a low and high graphical setting. So we might see things like that. Maybe Doom Eternal might have a Switch Pro and Switch regular settings. Something like that.
James, I got it. I know what's going to happen.
What is it?
We're going to have an expansion pack for the Switch.
Right. For the dock.
Right. Boom. You're welcome.
I'd buy it. And Danny, I guess the next one's also for you because you bought it.
Yeah, Witcher 3 coming to Switch. I mean, seriously? I mean, it just seemed like that wasn't something that could be done. I mean, obviously, I own this game, and they have to make some really big graphical cuts to make it work, but it works. So I thought that was amazing.
I think a lot of people were just like, what? Yeah. It's like that game of all the games, literally one of the biggest, most graphically intensive games on the PC coming to Switch. Like, how?
Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 is next. So, boom.
Yep. Okay, I think the next one is Ty as well.
All right. That Banjo reveal. Going hog wild. That was good. I like some of the reaction videos.
Yeah, the double fake out, which Sakurai's done twice now.
Yeah.
Right? Oh man, it's great. They actually got like one of the top wish listed characters in Smash.
Yeah.
Right. They had to make quite a few deals to make it happen.
Yeah, I guess it was a big year for like Microsoft and Nintendo in bed with each other.
Yep.
Last year, where like Ori, Cuphead, and this, right? That's a lot of Microsoft Nintendo deals going down.
Yeah, it's going to be really crazy when they show Steve from Minecraft in Smash tomorrow.
Right. Okay, next one. Well, I guess Hero in Smash. I mean, I don't know any of us were like that surprised or amazed by that. It was like, oh, that's cool. People in Japan will like that. A lot of my students were very, very happy with that.
Right? It's like a Dragon Quest, super iconic in Japan. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's ironic because, that reveal happened before I'd, even played Dragon Quest, any Dragon Quest game. So, like, if that reveal had happened now, I might feel differently about it. But maybe at the time I was more like, oh, okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But the next one, I think, Ty was probably the most happy about.
Oh yeah, I was hype as fuck for Terry. It actually wasn't the SNK character I expected, but pretty good. See, that
2D animation that they made for it as well, right?
Oh yeah, that was top notch. I mean, maybe we should all seen it coming because SNK has been putting their characters in as guests in like so many different games this year. But yeah, it was great, and I really loved that Smash Direct where Sakurai just like got on Fightcade and killed people in King of Fighters for like 2 hours.
Right. Oh yeah, me and Ty did the reaction. We did the reaction as part of the show, didn't we? For that.
Yeah, that was good. It was a fun presentation.
So the next one, I guess we could just couple them together. Ori come to Switch and Cuphead come to Switch. I mean, so yeah, they both happened last year, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think the one that I was I think Cuphead was probably the biggest surprise for me out of those two. because I just did well because I was the first of the two as well.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, oh shit, Microsoft are now putting those games on Switch. Like, holy shit! This is not like a Minecraft, which is on everything. This is a very Xbox game, and this is coming on Switch. This is a big deal. It felt like a big deal for me at the time.
Yeah, me too.
And Ori was just kind of like a continuation of like, oh, cool, and Ori, yeah, that makes sense on Switch. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I was more excited about Cuphead than I was Ori. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just seemed more appealing to me.
Yeah, and they put the demo out for Ori, which I played, and I thought it was okay. It didn't blow me away as much as I wanted it to be honest. But
sure. Yeah,
Cuphead's great. I did end up buying Cuphead, which I haven't finished yet. It's on my laundry list of games to beat this year.
I get it.
So Danny, I guess the next one's you, right?
This one, I mean, it was announced in 2018, but actually happened pretty much in 2019. That's like basically all of Final Fantasies, at least like, PlayStation era, PlayStation 2 stuff coming to Switch, including 7. And I think even more important than that, 8 actually, that surprised me the most, that it actually, because, Ty, we had talked about this on the show before, 8 just seemed to be just lost, and they're never going to be able to remake this thing unless they build it from the ground up. But
they lost the source code, right?
Something. But I mean, they found a way, and they made it work.
Yeah, they did some fancy reverse engineering. I can't help but think I saw like a good YouTube video or an article about it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like mostly reverse engineering, and it was really interesting to hear about.
Yeah, I mean that's one that I had bought when it came out. I really needed to. I think I at the same time, and I bought The Witcher shortly thereafter. It's like great idea. I was in the middle of Dragon Quest, but at the same time, like this year, I played through 9 all the way, and I had never done that ever. I really loved it. That was a lot of fun. I got about maybe halfway through 7 or something. I don't know, and but I've beaten that. But
the little Famicast history behind this was the fact that me, a few months before this, had gone on a 10-minute rant about how Final Fantasy, whatever, 7, 8, 9 has never been on a Nintendo console.
It never will.
Right? You're welcome.
Yeah.
Next one is, it's probably me who got I think I genuinely gasped at this one. Because it was not on the SNES online, but then showing Stunrace FX. Because, earlier that year, I think we did maybe 1 or maybe 2 shows where we predicted, this happening, and if it did, what games would we want? And Star Fox 2, Star Fox 2 came maybe a little bit later, wasn't it? Was that a launch? I can't remember.
No, that came like in December, like that update that came out. So, excuse me, towards the end of the year.
All of the first-party games that we wanted were added, but that initial reveal and then showing Stunrace FX in that video, it was just, that was one of the kind of moments for me of the year. Definitely stood out.
I mean, whenever I was back in the States when they announced it, and I was just glad. I was like, cool, I can play Star Fox like on the go. This is awesome, And
I believe Cyrus, rest in peace. I mean, he's had a lot of fun with. I think he said it's like his favorite console, whatever, favorite Nintendo console, and this made him very happy, and he's played a lot of hours of SNES on his Switch. Got to be you, Danny. Next one.
Yeah, Nintendo Labo VR. I mean, I thought it was really interesting to see Nintendo get into the VR thing, and they did it in a very Nintendo way. I mean, there's no head strap, and people bitched about that, but like, I think Nintendo's probably doing it. Well, they're doing it their way, where they don't want people to be shut off from their family and friends. They just want to be like, hey, yo, I just checked out this little weird thing for like 5 minutes. You should try it too. As opposed to like 5 hours later, you come out of your VR slumber and, go eat dinner and, take a shower because mom made you.
Naked, covered in tissues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer lesson was awesome.
Yeah.
So the last one, I guess this is my comedy edition at the end here. This is my highlight of the moment of all the directs. Was the Psycho presenter of the Ring Fit Adventure video, which I did a little mashup of all of his Psycho eye contact he did with the woman stood next to him. Definitely a highlight of 2019. I still think about that video at night when I close my eyes.
Of course you do, when you touch yourself.
Right then, so what do you want to... we all choose our favorite, and then we'll see where we go there from there. I think for me, like one or two, I would say SNES Online and Banjo.
Okay.
My two.
I'd have to say, it's tough. Man, SNES is on there for sure.
Two or three. Two or three would be fine.
Yeah, but oh man, Final Fantasies. I mean, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 actually coming to the Switch. Not only that, 12 is also out there too. 10, 2. That's just awesome. It's so cool to be able to finally play this on something that's not PlayStation. Not that not that I'm against PlayStation or anything. It's just, yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you said Final Fantasy and what?
Final Fantasy and Super Nintendo.
Okay. So we've got two for Super Nintendo. Okay. Ty?
I'm gonna go with Necrodancer and Terry.
Necrodancer and Terry. Okay. Terry. Okay. So it looks like so SNES Online wins it, and then we've got a tie for second place. So if I was to choose another one out of these ones that I haven't selected, I don't really care about Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Necrodancer was cool. It was more like cool. I felt that's cool for you, Ty. I was happy for Ty, but
right.
Like the announcement. Yeah, no. That was a good moment actually, because this is moment of the year, right? And the moment of watching that direct and then just laughing to myself, saying like, Ty's gonna buy a Switch, motherfucker. that was actually quite a funny moment of the year. Yeah. So I'm gonna put my hat in for Necrodancer as well.
Okay. Ty, fun fact, you'd be proud of me that over Christmas break, I did actually sit down and play some original Necrodancer multiplayer with some friends, actually for a couple of hours, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
So, Danny, are you happy with Necrodancer taking second place, or are you going to mix it up again?
That's fine, because I think all of us here, if you're a listener, if you're a viewer, if you're one of us that are actually do the show, all of us were thinking, like, when the hell is Ty going to get a goddamn Switch? And yeah, it was just cool that was the moment.
Yep. All right, then. So let's call it. The winner of Moment of the Year 2019 is SNES Online, and the runner-up is Necrodancer Zelda Collaboration.
James Allen also had a little comment here too for him. Stunt Race FX, my personal highlight of 2019 in everything.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah, James. I think me and the two Jameses here, James Allen and me, I think we feel very similarly about that game. Mm-hmm. Non-ironically loving it. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the last category that we will be adding in 2020, and we're kind of retroactively adding to last year's one, is Best Music Track of the Year. We apologize to video viewers. We won't have the audio for you now, but I would recommend going back and listening to the audio one, because we're going to add in the audio tracks now. So Ty, you're going to, I guess the first one's for Ty's choice. So the rules for this one is you have to choose your favorite track, one track from the soundtrack. So this is not like best overall soundtrack. It's like, picking one specific
best jam.
Yeah, the best track. So Ty, take it away.
Oh yeah. Well, for Cadence of Hyrule, I chose my favorite track, which is the Kakariko Crypt, which is like a mashup of like the Necrodancer first level theme and the Legend of Zelda theme, and it's great.
I'm just hearing it right now in the background. Wow, it sounds really cool.
It's so good.
Don't make me do too much work here, James.
Okay. So next one is my suggestion. Mine is Shakedown Hawaii, DJ Jokic. And so yeah, Shakedown Hawaii is like it didn't win any other awards in 2019, but I think the music is really good. It's like beautifully made chiptune kind of remixes, and just like so like well made and funky. It's like just that era. They've just, even though it's like they've made that in 2019. It's like it could easily have done in like the 90s or something like that. It's so good. And like I would, this is not a very long track, but like I would actually just leave the screen on when this track came up. I would just leave the screen on. I think it was like it happens during like a when the two characters are talking, and I would just like not press A to advance the text because I just like listening to it. It's so good. Next one is also my suggestion. Well, maybe Ty would agree with it as well, but nobody bought this game, but nope. the Switch version of Taiko no Tatsujin, Taiko Drum Master, actually got a Switch exclusive DLC pack, which is the Undertale. And so I chose the Megalovania track from Undertale, which is a great one.
Yeah, probably the most iconic song in the game, really.
Yeah, basically. I'm kind of cheating, but it's a good way to get Megalovania in there again. So yeah, I think they've got if you buy the DLC, you get 3 or 4 Undertale tracks, and kind of with accompanying graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Does Taiko no Tatsujin on Switch have the Toho songs by any chance?
No idea. Sorry. All right, Danny, you didn't select this one, but
I did
you
not.
played this game.
Yeah, I did. Link's Awakening is actually full of some pretty cool music.
They are. Yeah. Maybe I'll have to get Taiko no Tatsujin, and I'll show you guys some stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, Link's Awakening, again, it's full of a lot of really great music. The staff roll is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good little ditty there. So that's one I enjoyed. There's a lot of other themes in the game that I enjoyed as well.
Yeah. I just like the remixes that they did with like the real instruments like the flutes and stuff and the violins.
Yep.
It's not. It wasn't too over the top as well, was it? It was like very nice sounding.
Yeah. Sometimes it was a good mix of kind of like classic like beeps and boops, and then with the real stuff too, right? I mean, making sure I wasn't dreaming that, but yeah.
Next one is another one for me. I reviewed this like early last year, 2019, SteamWorld Quest, and this song I ended up like ripping it and putting it on our YouTube channel because like people were requesting it, and that was the boss theme, and the boss theme is so good. It is a great track. It's a lot of like guitars in it, but yeah, it's really fantastic. And this was like another game where it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm playing a card game.
Yeah,
but it's got great music.
Yeah,
as you can see right now. SteamWorld Quest, there it is. So Danny, I guess, can you introduce the next one?
We just mentioned 3, another game full of a lot of really cool music, and one really annoying stage with the rubber ducky.
Right.
But yeah, one of the tracks that we have listed here, one of the better ones in the game, the Dark Hallways Disco Remix. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Have you played that stage yet, Danny? The disco?
Maybe.
It's like, the kind of like old-fashioned style 70s disco lit up floor kind of thing. These ghosts doing a dab. Like,
no, actually, I have not played this one yet.
Okay. This is a great song because there's a lot of remixes of the classic, but this is definitely the most kind of like elaborate remix in the game. And then, all right, and so the last one is Ty's nomination.
Oh yeah, D. Gray's theme from Fantasy Strike. It's a very catchy song. It's very Castlevania-esque. And it was composed by, gosh, I don't remember what it was, but it was like one of the regulars on OC Remix. And I actually got a chance to hear it a long time ago, like before like the game was even like programmed. Like there were guys posting up like, okay, so this is my idea for the song, and this is what we're gonna do. Here's a rough version. And I'm like, wow, this is really good. So it's been a favorite of mine since long before the game came out.
Nice. I like this.
Yeah, it's my favorite song in the game. But the rest of the music in the game is pretty good too.
Yeah. Are they playing on the Castlevania stage?
Huh?
They're playing. It looks like a Castlevania level in the background.
Yeah, that's actually not his stage. He has like a library-looking stage. So it's kind of mismatched with the background here.
I will say, if you're listening to the audio version of the show, yeah, you're going to be able to hear some tracks. I'm not going to put like the whole track in, but if you look at, I'm going to try on the enhanced version of the show. I'm going to try to put links so you can actually go to the YouTube videos and watch these. If you can't be bothered to do that, just be sure to check out the show article that we'll have on the Famicast.com so you can see that. So yeah.
Righty. So nominations. I would, for my top two, I think I'm going to go. I do like Ty's nomination as well. The Kakariko Crypt is pretty good, actually. Oh man, this is a tough one. Wow, we've got 2 Zelda tracks as well. We've got the Cadence one and Link's Awakening one. I would say Shakedown Hawaii. The DJ Jockich one, because I'm a sucker for chiptune. And tough.
Go ahead, pick Kakariko Crypt. You know you want to.
I think I might have to, actually. Yeah, because I kind of want to give at least one Zelda track in here. Yep. Danny, did you have a chance to listen to all these?
Most of them, yeah. I'm kind of going through a little bit here too. Actually, I really like that Fantasy Strike one. That was really cool. But dude, I have to give one nod to Kakariko Crypt because that was just too cool.
All right. Wow.
And
well, I can go next if you want to think some more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for my own.
You should.
So Kakariko Crypt and Fantasy Strike.
Right. Okay. Might have to think of a second choice there, Ty. Might have a little tie up here. I think Cadence of Hyrule has definitely won it, but the second place. Danny's still thinking too.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, okay. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the staff role for Link's Awakening as my number 2. I think.
So if I was going to choose another one, oh goodness, I think I would actually one that I haven't chosen. So staff role or Fantasy Strike.
Fantasy Strike was pretty damn hot too.
That was pretty good. I think I might go for Link's Awakening, actually. Ty, what would your other choice be if you had to choose another?
My third choice would be Link's Awakening.
Okay, let's do that then. Cool. All right then, cool. So we have a winner. The winner is Cadence of Hyrule, the Kakariko Crypt track. And the runner-up is Link's Awakening, the staff role theme. Congratulations. That is it. That's the end of Fammies 2019. Look forward to more of that at the end of this year.
All right. I wish I had known you were going to pick a Taiko no Tatsujin track, so I could have showed you this Toho track.
Okay.
And try to change the nomination.
Oh, but that might have been released the previous year, though, right? I think the Undertale DLC was definitely last year.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah, so I think I really, really cheated with that Undertale.
It was late 2016 for this.
Oh,
so yeah,
Ty, I thought you were going to do a Terry track, but anyway, too late for that. Because Terry was like, we could have had Terry or banjo tracks in there as well if we wanted to.
Yeah, it totally slipped my mind, but okay.
Never mind.
I'm fine with our choices.
Yeah, I like the banjo remix that they added to Smash. And what was the one that you always liked, Ty? The Terry, what was it called?
The Kuri Kinton remix, the new one.
Yeah, but if you want to listen to that one, the listeners, you can listen to Fammy Smash episode 2, because we did the audio version and we did all the cool Smash remixes in that one. So go and listen to that one. All right then, Danny, back to you.
Yep. Well, before we sign out, we're going to get to a little bit of feedback. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, definitely feel free to hit us up. You can hit us up on Twitter at the Famicast. You can hit us up on Facebook at the Famicast. You can hit us up on YouTube at the Famicast. You can also send us an email at thefamicast@gmail.com. And you can have your comment or complaint or whatever read out on the air like these guys. And of course, also, if you join us live, like so many people have done today, and at least, I know that I've seen James and Adam. I think I saw somebody else out there too. Maybe Russ is out there lurking somewhere. I don't know. But yeah. But if you guys are joining us live for the show, first of all, thank you very much. We're really glad that you can be here to join us live. But yeah, if you just sound off, throughout the show, we try to get your guys' stuff into the episodes as well. So yeah.
All right then. So bit of YouTube feedback. Got one from Russ Greeno. People saw it coming. Actually, what did James Allen just say in the chat about Russ Greeno?
Oh, what was it? In 2020, the question will be, when will Russ Greeno get a Switch?
Right, yeah. Ty actually beat him. Yeah. Russ is still playing his Xbox, I think. So wait. Oh, okay. So yeah, Russ Greeno said next. This is from Ty's Sub-Level Zero Redux footage that Ty put up. He says, next gen Forsaken 64, I can dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is, wow, this is amazing. It's almost like I planned this. Cyber Ronin says, I love this song, and it's literally the DJ Jokic theme, the one I nominated for the Fammies track. Amazing, good choice. Next one is from Damian Antonelli. He's replying to Danny's RBI Baseball 19 versus RBI Baseball 18 comparison. He says the 2019 cutscenes are a shuddering, choppy mess compared to 2018. Major downgrade.
Yes.
Damn.
They're shit.
Shots fired.
Yeah, it's true.
Unknown Gamer is watching Danny's Super Street Racer video review. He said it kind of like Midnight Club on Switch, which is a thumbs up from him.
Yeah.
What was Midnight? Was that Midnight Club on PS2 or something?
That was on PS2. They might have had like multi-platform versions too, but I know the first one was PS2. Yeah, Arcade Racer. Yeah.
Next one, Skeech 1979. Good name.
Cool,
PBA Pro Bowling video review by Danny. He says the motion controls are terrible. This game is useless.
Yes, it's true. If you want to play that game for motion controls, you're not going to be happy.
Wow, he actually wanted motion controls. All right, good luck to him. Yeah. Same review, Game Over UK says, great review, got to the point straight away. I'm not purchasing the game. Down to your thoughts of my review, but that's a good thing. Thank you. I wanted a good motion controlled bowling game.
Yeah.
Damn, people love the motion controls.
Hey, I mean, think about it. Think about what Wii Bowling did for bowling games, And if you have a bowling game that doesn't have good motion controls, like what the hell are you doing? It's 2020 now. Nintendo nailed that shit in 2006.
So Danny did a review of Virtual Pro Wrestling 64, a classic.
That was in 2018.
Monty Javetic is watching it this week. He said, cool review, but will this be playable on European consoles?
No.
Is he talking about like the actual cartridge?
Okay. I mean, it could be if you have an adapter. I have an adapter. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'll save you some time, mate. No, the cartridges do not work in a European Nintendo 64. Don't try it.
But seriously, if you're out there and you're thinking like, hey, I want to play something on whatever. I mean, yeah, you can get like basically it's just a pass through. It's probably cheaper than like $5 or something. And yeah, there you go.
Okay, and the last one is a classic. I love all these technical questions thrown at Danny. This is one from the Nintendo Switch Famicom controller showcase, which Danny made showing off the microphone on the Famicom controller. This is from Alejandro Jose Spina Mendez. He says, will it be possible to make a driver that allows the use of the mic on PC emulators? Danny, I believe he's asking you to personally make the driver.
Yes, that is actually coming. It's been in development for the past couple of months, so you can look forward to release of that on April 23rd. So be looking forward to that.
Because when I think I already need a microphone for my PC, I immediately think I want to use a Famicom controller.
I'm hoping this guy was joking, because if he's actually serious, I mean, the mic on that thing is absolute dog shit. Yeah. And if you haven't checked out the video, you should check it out, because I actually I narrate some of the video through the controller mic, and it's...
Oh, Danny, you should do the next episode of the show using it.
Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it works with the Mac, right? Like all those controllers work with Bluetooth on the Mac, right? You got to do it.
I got to do it, yeah. And I have to subtitle myself live.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Can't wait.
Do we have anything on Twitter, Danny? Or
well, James, I saw that the Famicast was talking with Famicast in French and also in Japanese.
Yeah. Good guys, yeah. Yeah, because I think I talked about that last time. There's actually Guillaume hosts Famicast, which is a French podcast.
Gaming, right?
I'm sorry?
Gaming one, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Video, yeah.
So was it Guillaume himself who replied to us?
It was just at Famicast.
Oh yeah. So he so I sent a tweet in French. I said bonjour Famicast, nous sommes the Famicast, un podcast de jeux vidéo, PC au Japon, un plaisir de vous rencontrer. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We're a video game podcast called the Famicast, and he replied in Japanese. So basically just saying, hello, Famicast, nice to meet you.
Yeah. さあ、ファミカスの皆さん、はじめまして。名前似てますね。笑い。今後ともよろしくお願いします。Yeah, basically.
Google Translate is awesome.
Yeah. Well, not really, but in this case, it seemed to have worked fine. Unless maybe this guy knows Japanese. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It's called the Famicast, you know. Yeah. Who knows? Anything else?
That's pretty much like the big stuff.
Okay, yeah, we're running long today. Holy shit! Over 2 hours. It's like, come on. We did a 4-hour episode followed by a 2-hour episode here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Yep.
What's next? Is that it?
There's one thing we have to do real quick tonight, which is, put the cards on the table, try to guess who the next Smash character is before they announce it.
Oh shit! Okay. Well, I think I've got it, man. I think it's going to be a white guy.
Yeah.
I'm putting all my bets on a white guy.
Dude.
I think he may or may not have spiky hair, and he may or may not have a sword. So
okay. I remember earlier this week, Matt Walker, our very own.
Yep.
They grow up so fast. He was talking about, Devil May Cry coming out on the Switch, Devil May Cry 3. And then he said that there are certain key dates of things that are happening throughout the month of January leading into February. It's going to be Dante. It's going to be Dante.
That's what the rumors are saying. And it's weird because Sakurai tweeted out a picture of him doing a 3 next to his face. Devil May Cry 3 is going to be announced or shown off soon, right?
It's Dante. Or it's Yokai Watch 3, the game as a whole character.
And also Dante is a white guy with a sword, so that does make sense.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ty?
So Ty, which white guy do you want added to Smash?
Okay, so the last minute rumor floating around has been Arla from Puyo Puyo.
Oh.
Is she white?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, whatever.
So I don't make the rules about they have to be white. That's not my rules. That's Sakurai's rules.
Thinking maybe because the rumors tend to be the truth, because apparently they don't care about like leaking stuff like the last week.
Well, James, Ty, it could be Samurai Goro actually. That's the.
I don't think so. He's already an assist trophy, right?
Shut up.
Oh, snap.
But deep down in my black heart, I want it to be Doom Guy.
Yeah, he's too white. It's just not gonna.
Yeah, like
with a gun, like it.
Man, so God, like I still think they're doing the second Fighters Pass because they had too many deals open up. It's like we got to get all these fucking guest characters in.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options that may come to fruition later, if not now.
Maybe the second DLC pack is going to be like 4, Western design characters and 1 Japanese one. They're going to invert it,
right?
Nah, they won't do that.
It'll be like Doom Guy, Lara Croft,
Goku,
Crash Bandicoot,
Steve, Hayabusa, Doom Guy, Arla.
Yeah, Hayabusa will be the one Japanese guy in the next DLC pack.
Right.
The rest will be foreign.
Conquer.
Okay.
Ori.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can actually settle on one, but okay.
Cuphead could work. He could be like a Mr. Game and Watch type, like a flat guy.
He could be a nice projectile spammer.
Yeah.
Perfect for me.
I'm calling it right now.
But okay, if I had to pick one for tonight, I'm gonna go with the shitty 4chan rumors and say it's gonna be Arle from Puyo Puyo.
Okay, that'd be fun.
I don't know who
true.
that is.
It's gonna be Dante, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, it might be Dante.
If it's not Dante, I'm gonna be pretty shocked. But
yep,
yeah, we'll see. So
Dante may smash. That's probably going to be the episode title for the next show.
I should probably DM Matt right now. Ask him, is it Dante?
No, just tell him it's Dante, isn't it? You son of a bitch.
If it was past tense, future tense.
He's gonna put on his troll face and say, "No, it's Virgil," and then I have all these Marvel versus Capcom 3 traumatic flashbacks.
He's got a hell of a poker face. If he knew that Dante was coming to Smash, and then he made that little Twitter video.
That's professional.
A hell of
He learned everything that he has done up to this point from me. So you're welcome.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I've talked to game developers face to face before. Told them who I thought the next character was going to be in their game, and they had pretty good poker faces. Shout outs to Keith.
Good idea.
Yeah.
We'll definitely think about it. Even though it's already been made and it's actually happening.
N64 controller pack is going to be the next character.
Hell yeah.
Jesus, how many times can you mention that in one episode? Jesus,
I can show it again too. No. Actually, it's pretty interesting. I opened up this empty box, what I thought was empty, and it was not empty. Inside of this box was actually my original jumper pack from my Nintendo 64. How cool is that?
That's just a piece of plastic that they put in there, right?
No, it's like the RAM stuff before the RAM expansion.
Oh, okay, right.
Well, no, there's actually nothing in it other than just a thing that completes the circuit.
Okay,
so,
well,
you need it to boot your 64, but there's really nothing fancy in there. It's just a electronic placeholder, basically.
Well, I'm just trying to say that part of my childhood is in this box. Thanks for ruining it, Ty.
Yes, you're next 0 bytes of RAM.
Who wants to tell the story about Donkey Kong 64 and the expansion pack? Come on.
No, actually, I have a copy. No, okay. All right, I think we're ready to
fucking end the show.
I think we're ready to end it there. So, as always, for those of you out there listening and watching, thank you guys so much for doing that. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a like. That really, if anything, it makes us feel better about ourselves.
We hit the 500. We hit the 500 Twitters. We hit the 500 YouTubes. Amazing.
Yeah, thanks so much for that. Also, if you are listening on a podcast app or something like that and you haven't written us a review, why don't you go ahead and do that? It's 2020. That should be your New Year's resolution. Go out and tell people how awesome you think that we are. 5-star reviews only. If you do anything else, you're dead to us.
If you write it in incredibly bad English, I promise I'll read it live.
I 100% will do it in a Russian accent as well.
Yes. So
yeah, James will probably beat me to it. Actually,
you have been challenged / warned. So
that's right.
All right.
If you write it I'll read it.
Okay. Well, that is going to do it for Famicast 165, your first Famicast for January 2020. We're going to go ahead and give it our Twitter handles. So if you want to follow me, you can. You can follow me, Danny Bivens, at, guess what? At DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James, where can they find you?
Danny, it was actually first podcast of the decade as well.
Oh, I mentioned that at the beginning of the show, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
My Twitter is at FamiComplicated. It's a combination of the word Famicom and complicated. If you can spell those words, you can mash them together. Good luck.
Can't do it. Ty.
I'm Super Cat Drugs. I've been doing drive-by goofy replies about video games lately.
Okay.
Lately.
Yep.
Since
Lately. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, like I said, that's going to do it. So thank you again, guys, for tuning in. Obviously, thanks for these guys for joining and just generally having a good time. And yeah, we will catch you guys later after Smash is dead. So
Cool.
See you next time, guys. Balls.
Toodles.
Bye.